So I'll run you through how to install the FireTamer kit here on the Horsch VL, if anyone's interested in doing it. So this is for fighting fires. It's just takes whatever's in your main spray tank and uses the pressure off your pump to run through this nozzle. The nozzle's got an actuator on it there, so you can adjust it up and down, side to side, and then this is just your shut off down here. So the wiring all runs through here. I'll open her up where it went into the cab. So my wires are all underneath here. There's access into these cloth cabs underneath, and then right through here underneath. The bracket we bolted right onto the cab frame underneath here. A couple of bolts, then a few more bolts here. Then it just slides through. This is my main supply hose. So this will hook on right here, but this is just to store it. So if we follow that hose back, it goes behind the cab, underneath. And that hose comes out right down here to this yellow hose. So the Horsch sprayer already has a pressure pump out line. So if I open this up right here, this is my main manifold for pressure supply. So the pressure is going to come down this line, and instead of going out to my booms, which is through this valve right here, pressure is going to come down here and pressure up that line, which is the FireTamer in the front. So to mount that FireTamer, we removed the front fill. The farmer didn't want a front fill on this machine. So the front fill is gone, and also the monitor for the front fill is this extra monitor up here. So now we're gonna have a bigger display. We just moved this guy, mounted it at the side fill, and it'll have our readout in gallons as we're filling from the side on this machine right here. So I'll go take a look at what it looks like in the cab. So here's our view from the cab. You can't really even tell that it's installed. You have to really look around the side here, so that's not bad. And then you have your controls up here and your little remote control that comes with it. Pretty cool. So the front fill is usually coming out right here, but like I said, farmer didn't want it on this one, so we end up with a bunch of extra hardware here from the front fill, and then my my big front fill hose, which is this guy right here. That was all extra. But if you still wanted to have the front fill, we could probably figure out a way to mount it and still have full access. I could probably mount my front fill, you know, right here, somewhere like that, and still have access for the FireTamer hose. But if I was to rewire it, I would probably leave my front fill on if I was to do this myself. So this guy would be right here. I would get rid of all this up here, the FireTamer, and I would just mount this little red nozzle. I'd put an attachment and that electric actuator to steer it, and I'd put it as a banjo attachment right here on my front fill. So all I would have to do is redo my plumbing underneath the tank to send my pressure through my front fill line instead of pushing water back in, which would be very easy to do underneath. And then you would have the same thing with just buying this little piece on the top. Anyways, any questions about this? Let me know.